What's going on, everybody? This is Brian Mazique, aka Unique Mazique, and it is my pleasure to speak to perennial contender, championship level fighter on the cusp of another huge fight this weekend, Lamont Roach. How you doing today, Lamont?
I'm doing fine, man. I'm doing well.
All right, man. So I talked to you right before the Gervonta fight, and in retrospect, everything like I went back and I watched the video, like I watched the interview, and everything
Yeah.
that you said after the fight. And I'm not even gonna lie to you, Lamont. When you said those things to me during the interview, I was like, I wonder, does he really believe this? Like what he's saying, or is this just pre-fight talk? And now I believe you. I believe you.
Yeah,
So
for sure.
how many times have people brought that up to you and said that to you, like who talked to you before and after those fight, that fight and the ones after?
I mean, even a few spectators, like if they paid attention and watched a few interviews or a few questions that I answered, they'll be the ones to tell you that he been telling you guys from the beginning. So, you know, it. I like to hear things like that. I get my just due.
Yeah. No, it's real, man. And that's one thing I always, I never, anytime anybody's ever watched any of my interviews, they know I never disrespect and insult a fighter because I respect y'all so much. I don't care if you win or lose. Anybody that climbs in a ring or a cage to fight is built different than everybody else. So I just pretty much say that anyway. But I always keep it real too, because I'm like when you were saying that, I'm like, you know how fighters talk. Sometimes a
Yeah.
dude might don't even really believe he can beat a guy, but it's before the fight. So what else am I gonna say, right?
Mhm.
But no, it was good, man. It was really good. So I'm gonna be honest. I wrote this in articles. I said this in videos. I was there in Barclays that whole weekend. You won that fight. You won the
Man,
fight.
thank you.
You won the fight. It definitely did. And obviously the grease thing should have been a knockdown, all of that. But one thing that really got me during that right after, I felt like everybody else in the world was more mad than you. And it was like I'm looking at him, I'm like, bro is chilling. Like he didn't just get robbed. Like what's going on? How was that?
Okay, so I don't know. I guess it's just a poker face because I was pissed,
Okay.
honestly. Um, and then just settling into it, just like it's just like it was a longer lasting effect too, because like when you look at it in the business aspect, you look at
Hmm.
it in the accolade aspect, you look at it in the life goal aspect, it's just like a lot of things were unfairly unchecked for me. So,
Hmm.
it was more so like something I had to soak in for a few days and then eventually get over it. But it's just like because I for me because I know boxing is a effed up sport. Like
Right.
when it comes because this not the first time that happened.
Hmm.
It's not the first time that happened, and it just is way more messed up when you on the short end of the stick.
Hmm.
So it's just like me reacting a certain way wouldn't have made things better.
Hmm.
Um, I was shocked. I was upset and disappointed, but can't cry with spilled milk, man.
Yeah.
I'm I'm destined for this, and I'm not gonna say I think I know that's 100% why I'm here today.
Hmm. Yeah. So I'm building up towards obviously for the fight that you have Saturday against William Zepeda, and this is nobody to look past. But to me, all of this that I'm saying to you kind of like leads up to this, and it's what kind of tells the story of the fight that's going to happen on Saturday. So you don't get the nod in that fight, you end up having to take a majority draw, right? The next fight you come out and you battle with Isaac Cruz, and it's another majority decision, right? I mean, the majority draw. So in that fight, I'm just be real with you. I felt like you definitely more clearly beat Gervonta
So,
than you more
Yeah,
than Cruz,
no, no,
right?
no, no, no.
It
I
was
think that too.
yeah, that fight was the you were fight that fight felt like a draw.
Não,
You know, that fight
mas
felt like a draw. But the ones after that, the one before that did. So I don't know. I'm hearing like I don't know. I'm hearing like some sound in the back. I don't know what
I'm
that is.
sorry. I'm sorry.
Okay, no, okay. No, I didn't know if that was me or you.
No, no, no.
What I was gonna say is, so now here you are, you had these two marquee fights, and at the time with Gervonta, obviously this was a respect me, put some respect on my name kind of fight. Y'all acting like y'all don't know me, I don't think I can do it, whatever. Now, most people feel like you beat Gervonta. A lot of people feel like that. So now you're getting this respect. Then you fight Isaac Cruz, and he's a fantastic fighter. You fight him to a legit draw. And so now you fight Zepeda. And
I, I rewatched that. I mean, even in the fight and rewatching the fight, I thought I beat Pitbull Cruz too. I just thought the fight was closer.
yeah,
I just thought
I
it
mean,
was I thought it
yeah,
was a clear, this like a clear close win for me.
yeah. No, and I wouldn't say that nobody that thought that is crazy, right? But
Yeah.
I feel like the fight was so close, close them those rounds that could go either way. This depends on who scores or whatever. The Gervonta fight wasn't close like that to me. I think I had it 8-4, to be
Okay.
honest. So, this one was more 7-5, 6-6, whatever. I could see, something like that,
Right.
right? Um, but you go into Zepeda, this is another huge fight. Do you feel pressure like I need to definitively do this because I can't have another one of these draws?
I don't necessarily feel pressure because I know what kind of fighter I am, what I'm capable of. Obviously, I don't think nobody can beat me. But there's a there's a little sentiment that we have to go out there with, um, a chip on our shoulder, to have, because obviously I don't know what it is, but maybe boxing isn't ready for a changing of the guard or something like that. They're
Mhm,
not ready to let a new player up at the top yet. So I don't know. It's something. It's
mhm.
something. So we pay attention and we take note. We're not oblivious. And we'd be, ignorant to not think that we at least have to do something, make an adjustment or whatever the case may be. So that's all taken into account for our game plan, this weekend. And on top of that, it just made me go harder, man. Made me go harder. And, you know, capitalizing on top of things that we need to, and be precise within the round, and make sure that the round is won clearly, and probably make sure that the pay don't last 12. So it's there's ultimate ways to go about it, but we're going to explore any way, which way comes.
Yeah, and so I'm glad you said that because that's one thing I was going to ask, right? Because do you think some of it sometimes is like the boxing public, and even I hate to say this, sometimes even boxing judges' lack of understanding of when somebody's winning around, if somebody's not getting floored?
I absolutely think so. I think so for sure. Um, it's again like it's subjective, and when it comes to that, it's like it's whose hands is the subjectiveness laying in.
Hmm.
So
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like that happens. I feel like some people, and you can't really, as a fighter, I don't even know if it's possible that you can even address this because some people just have styles where the style that they fight, if you know, you know, but if you don't know, you
mhm,
might not see.
right.
And I feel like sometimes you're one of those fighters. It's like on the inside, I'm working and I'm doing things and I'm scoring and I'm landing, but are you seeing what I'm doing?
Are you seeing it? Absolutely. Some people might just say, for instance, because I am fighting Zepeda, he throws a billion punches. Who's to
Hmm.
say I'm not blocking, catching, slipping. Who said who's to say those punches are affecting me
Yeah.
or are effective? Who's to say
Hmm.
I'm not doing beautiful work countering? Who's to say and having the ability to stay there?
Hmm.
So
And yeah,
it's
and so
like
I
I
think
said, it's
that.
subjective.
Yeah, yeah, I definitely see that, man. And I'll be honest, as somebody who loves the sport and love the art of it, sometimes that's frustrating, right? And because you hear, does it ever get frustrated to you where you feel like a dude who is like, yeah, maybe he is a KO guy, maybe he is a big KO guy, but I'm looking at you, skill for skill, you not better than me, but you've knocked out some people, so now they think you are.
Uh-huh. Yeah, exactly.
And it's kind of crazy, man, that's how that is. So I had another question. You're fighting Zepeda after Shakur, and Shakur used Zepeda as this. I'm gonna show y'all. I can be the same dude I am. I can stand in the pocket. I can tear him up. I can pick him apart. But that kind of set a groundwork, and you know how people are. They're gonna say, "Well, Shakur did this to Zepeda. What is Lamont gonna do?"
Right. That's automatic though.
Hmm.
It's like it's that's just how the people around and involved in boxing work.
Hmm.
They're going to compare you to your last fight, the opponent's last fight, who did what and how they did it. So that's
Yeah.
inevitable. You can't escape that.
So I got just a couple more questions for you. Like I think I heard you describe yourself as like you feel like you boxing wise you're the full package. IQ, power, conditioning. But like if you had to strip it down, what specific weapon or habit in the ring is it that you feel like has won you the most tough rounds?
IQ, brain,
Hmm.
and it's like a combination. I can't even lie. Like I can't strip it all the way, but I think mainly it's here. It's up top.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I used to always say, man, a lot of athletic fighters will win on a plan A. But
Mhm.
the truly great fighters can adapt to a plan B in the middle of a fight. Do
Yeah,
you agree with that?
for sure. I broke my hand in the fifth round when I fought Pitbull, and I had to adjust.
Mm-hmm.
I had
Yeah,
to.
yeah, yeah. Because if you don't adjust, you panic and then you lose.
Mhm. Yeah.
And that's kind of what happens. So my last question for you, man, I appreciate the time so much, is when you fighting Zepeda, even though they're different because the dimensions are different, their punches come at different angles. But both of those guys are aggressive, come forward, want to throw a lot of fight, want to throw a lot of punches, style fighters. How do you decide what you're gonna neutralize first between pace, power, angles, or how does that like influence your game plan? Obviously, without giving up too much of what you're gonna do, but like, how do you like look at that, or how does your camp look at that?
Oh man. So just like how he presents what he presents, they got to
Hmm.
worry about me.
Hmm.
We not gonna sit back and worry about what he got to bring to the table because we know what he got to bring to the table. They don't know what I can bring to the table or what I choose to bring to the table, and that's
Hmm.
what we're gonna do. We're gonna impose whatever we can do and make them adjust.
Hmm. For sure, for sure. All right, man. Well, I appreciate your time, Lamont, so much, man. You have become, honestly, I've been writing about combat sports for 20 years. I've been watching it for over 45. You become one of my favorite fighters to watch.
My
And
man,
it's because of the way you work in that space and also the way you handle yourself in and outside of the ring. I appreciate your presence in the sport, man.
man, thank you, man. I appreciate that. That's a compliment.
Yes, sir. All right, brother. Have a good one, man.
You too.